friends. Hope you guys can see me okay. Say hi when you're hopping on. If you're watching the live, drop a 1. If you're watching the replay, drop a 2. My name is Courtney Swan, and I do videos almost every day here on Facebook. So if you're new to following me and you like makeup tutorials or just real life chats, hot mess mom moments, then I'd love for you to hang out with me more. All right, today I was in my bathroom, and I don't know if you ever just get these ideas and you're like, you can't shake them. And today it was about forgiveness. And I got a message this week, and it was a lady who was like, you look so different. Like, I know you lie. I know you've had work done, and your face doesn't even look the same, and like all these things. And like, I can't explain, but you look different. Like, I've been following you for years. And I'm like, I mean, I do have lip filler. I get it. I got it, gosh, over a year ago. Like, but I do get that. But other than that, I was like, that's so crazy. Like, it's amazing sometimes what people say, how it's just like, oh, I don't know this person either in real life. I also have lost 120 pounds. So like, your body changes. Like, and I'm older. Like, I'm 36. If I looked the same I did when I was 25, 26 when I started doing this, no one looks the same. Like, I've had multiple kids. Anyways, but I was thinking like about it, and I was like, I wonder, I do think I look different now. I mean, we never stay the same, but I don't know if I feel like she was meaning it in a bad way, but I was like, Lord, just help me like forgive her for being ugly to me, and I'm just gonna move on, right? And like, no need to hold a grudge over a stranger. But I got to thinking about like forgiveness, and how like when we don't forgive people, not her necessarily, but this is just what I was thinking about like as I was getting ready. I went to Pilates this morning. It's so good for my mental health when I move my body and I get out and about and do something good for my health. But I was thinking like, I probably do look different. Like, I am in such a peace in my life. Like, I try and vocally out loud, like to either Adam or myself or to my kids, like, I love living here. Like, I love the life we're getting to live, even on hard days. Like, I try to find good in every day, right? Even on days we have like sucky days, like try and find 2 or 3 things that you're like, Lord, thank you for this in my life. Like, and then also like forgiving my kids when they like ruin stuff, forgiving people who have wronged me, like really ugly wronged me, forgiving like people in my past or my childhood who like, this is really not cool that this happened, and I didn't realize it until an adult how dangerous or not cool it was. And like forgiving those people that like my life would be so different had this bad thing not happened, but forgiving them. And I don't know if anybody else is struggling with like bitterness or forgiveness, but I've really been working on it for the last few years. The Lord has just been like, I'll be like, I can't believe they did this, and then I just feel the Holy Spirit be like, you need to forgive them. Like, the only person that when you don't forgive someone, it's like drinking poison and expecting it to hurt the other person. Like, that's what unforgiveness is. So I have no idea if anybody else feels this way today, or might want to hear. I really just felt like the Lord was like, you should talk about forgiveness today. And I'm not like a qualified person to talk about forgiveness, other than having gone through, like, my best friend was murdered, like forgiving those people. Like, I never met them, but they took away somebody very precious in my life. Like, in middle school, I had my best friend, her brother and sister that I'd just been at their house the day before, they were murdered. Like, and that was really awful and hard. And like, bad things that have happened, like people like not treating me well, or being like really abusive and bad to me, like, and having to not hold a grudge and forgive. But I will tell you, forgiveness brings peace. Like, there is nothing. And so do you guys listen to Barbara O'Neill? She's like a health, this is how I and this might sound so silly, but this is how I felt like, okay, I'm supposed to talk about this, because I was just waiting for like a code for Bank of America. This is pointless, but I was waiting. I pop up my Instagram, and guess what? Barbara O'Neill is doing a reel about forgiveness. And I was like, of course you are, Barbara. And that's the first thing that pops up on my feed. And I watch it, and she talks about that when you forgive, that what it does in your brain, and when you go to sleep that night, when you have forgiven, whether you forgive someone now, or you make a list of the people you want to forgive, or maybe you need to make a phone call and be like, I was wrong. Can you please forgive me? Like things that are eating you up, things that are, you're laying in bed and you're wishing I had not said that or done that, or I didn't mean it that way, but maybe it's like the most humbling thing is when a grown up has called me and said, hey, I was wrong. Like I judged you, and I was wrong, and I want you, the things I said about you, like I shouldn't have done that, and will you please forgive me? And I can remember just being like, oh my gosh, of course, yeah, like of course. But it might be something like that. But Barbara, who I would say is like the health guru of the world right now, for like, and has been for years, but for anything natural, she talked about how, I'll share it on my, I'll share it on my stories later. She talked about how when you forgive, what it does to your body, that your body can heal in a way it's never healed when you truly forgive. I'm not saying I have not experienced pain or bad things happen to me or being mistreated, but it's praying for people even when they're mean to you. It changes like your life. And I feel like the world is a little hard some days, and especially hard when we just have bitterness. And I don't know, I felt like today I'm supposed to talk about forgiveness. So it is not my normal topic. It is not normally what I come on here strong and talk about. I literally, for like that last hour and a half, I have just been like, just felt like the Lord wanted me to talk about, like, and it might even be forgiving, like that you're angry with God. Like I was so angry with God when my grandparents passed away. Like why? Like I believed you would heal my grandmother. I never even thought my papa would pass away like this young. I'd be like, why did you take them? Like upset. But then being like, God, you are a good God. And if it was their time, like I just have to trust you that this was their time and believe God for that. But like forgiveness will allow so much healing in your heart. Whatever you're holding on to, forgiving and moving on. And even a step further, to pray for the people who have wronged you, that the Lord works on their heart, but that you don't hold on to this like pain or guilt or shame or anger or bitterness anymore. Nothing really happened. Like that's what I guess the weird thing is nothing happened necessarily to make me, other than I really just felt like I could not shake. Feeling like, oh, what are things that have made me either look different, feel different, whatever. And I'm like, forgiveness will like transform your life. It will make you look so different. It will make like the sadness in your eyes change. Like, anyways, I'm gonna mix this up. It's just collagen greens, TrimFit, and I'm gonna actually get ready today. I just, I feel like sometimes we have so many things that, you know, happen. And a lot of times we don't talk about those things publicly, right? But there are things that are sad inside. So, that quote though, that holding on to bitterness and anger is like drinking poison and expecting it to hurt the other person. When you don't forgive the only person, you are actually destroying yourself. You're in your mind, in your body. It can cause sickness. It can cause like all these things in your body by holding on to unforgiveness. So, cheers. Literally no clue, but I could not quit. Like, to the point I was like crying in my bathroom, like, God, like, and feeling silly. But like, I just felt so silly. Like, maybe if I had a better example to talk about today, like, oh, something happened and I'm forgiving. But no, not really. I just felt it heavy on my heart. So sometimes I feel like you just don't know. And we reach a lot of people on here. And from the beginning, I have tried to be like, God, if you put it on my heart, I'll share it with your people. Like, I'll share it with the people who follow me. And that's what's on my heart today. So good morning. I love you. And I often feel really uncomfortable having these types of conversations. Because I don't feel like, I'm not like a psychologist. I'm just like a mom with like a bunch of kids that like, you know, is like running around everywhere. But that doesn't make me any less of a person to share my heart. So oh, Linda, that is such a good point. I forgive other people so much easier than I forgive myself. Maybe that will like rock you to your core. Like, maybe you're hard on yourself. Like, that you didn't eat the right way, that you didn't do what you were supposed to do, that you said something wrong, that you were mean, that you lost your temper. Like, forgiving ourselves. So powerful. I don't have even like a really good makeup look or anything planned. I just was like, I'm gonna get ready. I really am, because I want to feel fresh. I went to Pilates this morning and moved my body, and it's just, I leave there feeling like a new person. It was very challenging actually today. I am like out of shape. I had gotten to where I felt so strong, and today I felt so weak. My wrists were weak, my knees were hurting, my body was like not able to do what it normally could do, and that was after a month of only working out a couple times. And so, bummer. That's not good. This is jellyfish peptides. We're gonna rub it somewhere on our body because I just dumped out so much. But I lost the top to mine, and but I'm just gonna put this under my makeup. It just helps with like your skin. The same peptides that freeze your muscles of fish, jellyfish prey. That's what it does to your skin. You lost your parent when your dad was 42, your mom was 56, you were an only child, you were so upset with God. He needs them though. Oh, we all have those things where people hurt us, or people, like, I will get my feelings hurt sometimes online of things people say about me, and it sometimes is hard to not be like, you don't even know me, like, and I bet you're such a jerk, or all these things. But honestly, I'm like, maybe they're just going through like a hard day, and I'm an easy target to take it out on, you know? But I'm putting this on my legs because I have so much and I can't get it back in this tube. And so it has lasting effects. So I'm gonna put this on my inner thighs. And sometimes you have to forgive, and then you will notice bitterness creep back into your heart. And you're like, I have to forgive them again. Or you'll remember like, oh my gosh, well, that happened to me. And sometimes when you don't always have healthy relationships, you don't realize how toxic certain things are until you get older, or until you're talking about it and somebody's like, what? Like that, and you're like, yeah, that probably wasn't really normal. Yeah, now that you mention it, that probably was, that's a little crazy. And then you have to be like, not bitter. How long does the youth wand last, using it 2 times a day? Well, if you use it like I just did, so this comes in a tube, and it comes with like a screw thing on it and a ball, and it barely pumps out any, and that is how you're supposed to use it. I accidentally threw away my top. I have sent myself multiple packages that are lost in the mail. Like I have 4 packages right now. Like one from Anthropology that I sent to a friend in Tennessee and she sent it to me. I have some stuff from Veda's bedroom that got lost in the mail. These were all sent before Christmas. So a Palmifera Ageless Sculpting Wand and some other skincare stuff. And then a big piece of wall art. They're all missing. I have gotten some other mail, but these are ones that I'm like, I track and it's just like at a facility in Georgia or like in Puerto Rico, but never made it. And so, one day I will have a real youth ageless sculpting wand again. For now, this is what I have. And barely push it out at the bottom if that ever happens to you. I didn't realize I'd already taken the lid off. We're gonna do... They went flying everywhere. These are for Skin or Dry. They're like a brightening vitamin C serum. Okay, continuing. Let's do, Fear has a sale going on. And it's a really good 30% off kind of deal. And I'll get ready in case somebody needs makeup. This is a Palmifera Happy Salve and it just makes your lips nice. I don't know. Other things, I don't think I'm allowed to tell you what it is yet. They've been doing a teaser every day, but You has new products coming out in the flavor. Red Rush, which is cherry, and then strawberry banana. And I'll give you, it's explosive energy, increased endurance, and enhanced performance, but it will drop tomorrow. And I'll be able to tell you all about it. But the cool thing is it has things that help build muscle. It has BCAA, it has amino acids, it has natural caffeine, and I can tell you more about it tomorrow, but it doesn't drop until tomorrow. All right, let's do it. Primer. I'm gonna go through, these comments go so fast, but I see people sharing different stories about things that they're going through. And you can always send me a message too, but I will go through and read these and, you know. But I love that this community gives people a safe space to like make friends, a safe space to like share their heart, share what they go through, like, and be there for one another. I really do think that that is absolutely amazing. It's important to have people to like talk to and tell what you're going through. I can tell by putting this on. This is the matte primer. I was like, this feels different. So today we're using matte primer. This is gonna be a more matte look. This is great if you have oily skin. Dewy primer is a little better for you if you have dry skin. Honestly, both of them work really well. The matte fills in the pores of your skin really nicely. So if you have larger pores, the matte is such a good primer. Going in with a little bit of honey. I really need like coriander is what I need because I'm kind of fair now. Got in a new one of these. That's better. Coriander is the color that I need. Honey is a little yellow for me today. I have a little bit on here, but hope I didn't lose comments. Hey, Adam. It's been doing this to me on Facebook lately where I literally just lose comments. So I will go backwards with comments and read them. But about partway through a live, I just lose comments. So after the live's over, I can see them again. It's so weird. On Adam's phone, he can see the comments as they're coming through, but I can't see them. So I'll go backwards. Let me ask him. Somebody said there's no volume in a previous comment, so tell me if you have volume, and I'm gonna get his phone and see. Hey, Adam. Yeah. Do you have your phone? Yeah. Can I use it? Yeah. Sorry, it's doing that thing again. Thanks. Let's try it this way. Real life. It does say Courtney Swan is live. So if I click this, I should be able to see myself. It does say Courtney Swan is live. Okay, so we have volume. That's good. Just don't want to do like a whole video with no volume. I'll turn the volume down. I definitely still have no comments, but I'll read the comments from his page. Yay, Megan says, I have volume. That's good. What color foundation? I used a little bit of honey, but honestly, I just needed coriander. That's it. So coriander is the color I would use right now. I know it would make me a little less yellow. All right, volume is good. You guys are sweet. I feel so lucky, like, not kidding. I really think that it's just the Lord, but I have just like the best people online, like seriously. And I'm sure there's other amazing people out there, but I have just been surrounded by like so much love. Anyways, just so grateful. If you ever have trouble, like right now I have full, like I'm on fiber optic, so the internet's like as good as it could possibly get. But if you ever have trouble, like sometimes if you hop back on or hop back off or turn your Wi-Fi on and your Wi-Fi off, sometimes it can be on the viewer side. Sometimes it is my side, but that is something to do if you ever have a problem. That's what I see in the comments. But see, it's even weird, like on his, like it only shows me since I've been on. It doesn't matter, we'll make it work. I can hang out and not even have them. I am going to get my tweezers today. I have been using a new lash serum and I've been using it on my brows. I have not had brow growth. If you follow me, you're like, oh, I might get one every now and then. I haven't had brow growth in years. Like I overplucked when I was in high school and like early 20s, I guess. I just haven't had haven't had brow regrowth. You guys, do you see this? I mean, brows where so I've been putting this brow serum like on and I'm kind of at the point where I just have like a little spot here. The spot here is totally filled in. And my brows, not to mention my brows, but my lashes are like, they feel like, can you see? They feel like feathers. And sometimes I feel like you use a lash serum and your body just gets used to it. And I switched. I put the link in the description of this video, or if you want a link, you can drop through me, but it's a brand called Barboletta. And I'm gonna have to pluck my brows. So I'm so sorry. It's something I've never even like had an issue with. Since doing this job, I've never had like bushy brows. I've never had and somebody I saw come up, can you do an Orange Caves tutorial? And I was like, I don't think I can do a really good eyeshadow tutorial with these brows. If you go to CourtneySwan.com, I added it to my link tree there as well. eyebrows are really growing. Going in with the darkest. This is deep. So I mentioned on last night's live that we went to a high-risk specialist on Friday and about possibly having another baby. So I have to go get my prescriptions today. They have like a couple, like a methylfolate like vitamin that they want me on. I have to increase my iron because my history, I already have like low iron, but when I have a baby, it just like gets so really low, and it messes with my heart rate. And so I have a few things that I've got to like get in my system before we can try. But that's exciting news. Really exciting to have found a doctor down here and a practice that feels confident that they're like, this is what we do. And they have like a certain level NICU that I normally have premature babies. I do have blood clotting disorders, and so there's a few things I have to do differently, like shots every day kind of thing. And so finding somebody who's like, yeah, we can get you on this will be our plan, and like feel pretty confident about all of it. And I'm like, okay, I literally prayed. I was like, Lord, I feel like I need you to make it incredibly clear that they are like, no, or yes, like green light. And it was such a green light, kind of, not to say like, if we don't get pregnant, then I'll know like the Lord was like, but I at least have things set up. So I'm really excited. The link for the lash serum is in the description of this video. But if you drop the word me, it will just send you a link for it as well. Or you can go to CourtneySwan.com and you can get, it's a Barboletta link for lash serum. So that's so exciting. Our kids ask for like another baby all the time. Not that you just have like another kid because of that, but Adam is always like, he's the best dad, and he like all the time, cause you know, like he came into the big kids' lives whenever they were Lola was 3, so Lexi was like 6 and Christian was 8 or 9, so that tells you our ages. And he is so great with them, but Veda is definitely the first like baby. Like he had never changed a diaper before, anything like that. And so he will say things like, I just can't imagine like not going through this like season again, you know, like this has literally been like the best season of my life. And so I think that you put like a lot of different reasons of why you choose to do something or not do something. And so, but I don't know. And I feel like, oh, like there's just this, if we have another one, this will be our last. So, and that's what that doctor said. She was like, if you guys want one, do this. She was like, but you need to like the more and more and more you have, it's like not because of my blood clotting conditions, but just because of like your uterus. It's hard when you have a lot of babies. It's hard on your uterus. And so she was like, I don't ever recommend anybody, like, unless it's for like religious reasons that you don't. She was like, I just don't recommend people having 6, 7, 8 babies. Like, and, but I thought, how did they used to do it? Like back in the day, like people had like 8, 12, 13 kids. You're like, what? But knowing what we know now, it's like, not saying I want 12 or 13 kids, but that's kind of, is Adam wanting a boy this time around? No. He's like, we do have Christian. Either way, we would be fine. It just froze for a second, but I have no idea why. I'm gonna do this fast. We're gonna finish up. Okay, so bronzer in the deepest shade Teak. I used some setting powder in the shade Butter. It's like a medium setting powder, and I'm gonna do a little eyeshadow look. Your mom had 8. It wasn't good for them back then. They just didn't know. That's probably true, Donna. Yeah. Well, and prevention was different too. You know, it's like, oh, and like, there's no TV. There's like no, like it got dark. There wasn't a lot to do. Not a lot of extracurriculars. So, I imagine that plays a part into it as well. Where you're like, well, what else are we gonna do tonight? Oh, it cut off. You missed what I said about a boy. We would be happy with either. Well, honestly, we would just be happy if we had a baby. But I really am just trusting, like, that was one step that we kind of needed to happen. And if it's supposed to happen, and then I also believe, like, God, like, if it is dangerous, if it is not your will, if it is not good, if it is not what I need to do, like, if I shouldn't, then like close my womb. And if that happens too, then I will know like, hey, this is what happened. So I'm just kind of like living in a faith over fear mentality. Right. Found it. This is what your youth ageless sculpting wand will look like. The bigger one is for your face. This one's for your eyes, and it would look like that, and then you never spill out all that stuff all over you. I did a little bit of currant blush, and I'm gonna just do, this is the Liquid Edge eyeliner in the shade Onyx, which is a dark. All of these are on sale 30% off, by the way. I now have comments back on my live, not Adam's phone, because it said my grandma has 10 kids, just out of nowhere. Like, what? I also think it's crazy that people just had like babies like at home or wherever, like, you know, you're like, oh, had a baby. Like, I'm pretty sure my great grandma had all her kids like at home, and I just can't imagine. Like, I just feel so underqualified for something like that. Also, when we were at the doctor, I have not been like at an OB in a long time, or like not pregnant in there, and there were just pregnant women everywhere. And I kept telling Adam, I was like, do you not think it's just amazing that they're like, these women are just like so powerful, so incredible. And I was like, but that all these women have like tiny humans growing inside of them. Like, how we have any insecurities, I have no idea, because literally like super women, they're like growing fingers and toes and hair and ears, like a whole human in their body. And they're like all these cute, I just think pregnant women are the cutest. I don't necessarily feel like that about myself when I am pregnant, but like, and some people are just so cute. Like, you're like, it's just so cute. And I'm like, they're just everywhere. Just so amazing. And you're like, oh, in a couple weeks they'll have a baby. Like, and they're like little newborns, like being nursed and crying, and like, cause the moms are there for their checkup, you know. And I just am like, it felt, I guess cause it's been a minute, it just felt like just all these little mamas and babies around. Can you guys hear we live across the street from like a park, and they're doing their lawn care today, and it's very inconvenient timing for me. But sorry if you hear that and it's a little loud. It's like, okay. This is the shade Brick. I have not tried this one yet. And this is the shade Blush, which I have tried, but I would like to try them together. Also, if you're needing the perfect red, this is the color Chili, and it is the Ophir's Liquid Velvet Bond, and it is so good. There's also a color named Toffee that I unboxed it, I swatched it on my hand, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to try that. And then that was it. That's all that ever like happened. I don't know where it went. I'm looking in my box of stuff. Yeah, I put it somewhere. Let's see it. Yes, the miracle of growing a human, like it blows my mind. And all the intricacies, like all the details, all the things that have to like work out and happen and at like perfectly the exact perfect timing. It is just wild to me. Ignore the brows because they are thick. The brows, the leaf blower. I can remember growing up and being like, when I grow up, I want 10 kids. 10. I did not even know a single person with 10 kids. I just thought like that would be the most fun to have 10 kids. But I would always be like, or at least 5. Like, I just thought like being a mom would be so fun. And then I've had children and it is fun, but it is so hard. It is so challenging. And so I no longer want 10 kids. I think it's just funny as we're a kid. The things that we think. I know, sorry, I'll show you where they are. They're literally right there. Like, I can't really control when they come. I have asked our long guy if we can be on like an afternoon rotation because I typically go live like in the morning. And so today when they were here, I was like, why are our yard guys here? Like maybe this was the only time they could get us in this week. Nope. Got a new bird feeder for our little cute birds that are out there. They are just so sweet. And we have some like little areas that potholes, I guess, they like puddle water, and the birds will get in them and like swim around and like splash their little feathers, and they're just so cute. But Beta, we feed the birds every day, and she like loves it. Your daughter is 36 weeks pregnant and you'll have a little baby Jane Christian Marie. Oh, well, you have a lot of names that are in my family. I have a Christian and I have a Lola Jane, and my sister's name's Ashley Marie. So you have your whole little grandbaby has like a combo of all the names in my family. That's kind of how ours is. They like come as they can. And I'm not gonna be like mad. I just asked like, hey, if you like have an option, if you could do this would be great. Okay, so this is the shade Brick. Never tried it, but it looks so good. I'm gonna do like an ombre. Thanks for being patient with me, like between my kids, my husband, the dog, the yard guys. All of the things that real life content creating, there's like no grace when there's like lives. I was like, did I just get this on my shirt? No, it's a straw for the Diet Coke. The back of the shirt is so cute. Okay, so this is the color Brick, and I'm kind of loving this just on its own. Like I might put a little, it's not quite as red as Chili. It's a little more muted red. I had originally planned to put this, well, we can try it both ways. I planned to put a little bit of this in the center. Oh, that's beautiful. So I love adding like dimension with color to your lips, because by adding a little lighter in the center, just gives your lips like a naturally fuller look. And I think that's really beautiful. So I do have chapstick on under it, so it's not quite dry yet. But the transfer on this compared to a lipstick is just amazing. Like it really does stay well. I'll show you the back of this t-shirt, and then I might even add a little bit of bronzer to my eyes. I feel like you can always tell a little better what your hair looks like whenever you put it down. That's such a cute color. And I love that it's like a little pop here. This little necklace has some like red, and it's got like a little like spicy pepper. And then here's the back of the shirt. I just have this paired with like cute little boxer shorts. But if you're looking for like an oversized, I think it says I need a lime with my Coke or something, but it's got a little Diet Coke on it. But I love sleeping in this one. I have this one, and then I also have one that says something less worry, more spaghetti or something. That's not the phrase, but I love when t-shirts hit like a long oversized tee. I think these are so cute to just like walk around the house, get a cup of coffee. If you have a husband that's like a t-shirt husband, I don't know if you have one of those, but like I could wear like the sexiest thing ever, and Adam will be like, why are you wearing that? Like, but I also could wear something like this, or just like a long t-shirt, and he'd be like, oh, love like that long t-shirt, you know, like it's just he loves long t-shirt. I'm always like, I met him one day when I was deep cleaning my house, and I just looked like such a wreck, and I joked, I'm like, well, that's how I won him over, because that's his favorite look, like baggy t-shirt, messy bun, and like a little on the like, you know, looks like you've been cleaning house today. Anybody else that your husbands, you're like, oh, well, that, I'm sure he does like it when I get dressed, you know, but it's no problem with a casual, comfy day. You know, one of those husbands, Laura, you need the shirt. It's like such a perfect length that you can wear boxer shorts, which you can't really tell you have them on. And I don't know, it's just a good length. If you have a baggy t-shirt husband, like throw on a t-shirt and some socks, like mercy. All right, friends. I love you guys. Thanks for getting ready with me today. I absolutely love this color combo. I'm gonna go take some tweezers to these brows, and I am gonna put just the tiniest bit of Ophir's bronzer in the crease of my eye, just because I think it adds, like where you can see that eyelid, definition of your eyelid. So this was the shade Brick, and I put a little bit of that blush in the center. If you don't want the lighter color in the center, you don't have to do the blush part. And then the shade Chili is like an even brighter red. It's like super bright. But I feel like this is a good everyday red. And it makes your teeth look really white. So Thomas Rhett has a song called T-shirt. It's about the exact same thing. I didn't know it was a thing. Okay, if you need links for anything, just drop toward me. I can send them to your inbox. I also have a lot of links at CourtneySwan.com. If you like videos like this, then be sure you follow my page. I go live almost every day. So, and you don't have to watch me every day, but it's just, if you want to, you can hang out with me. So anyways, I love you. Hope you have a great day. Bye guys.